What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel and to another Outriders video. Over the last couple of months, as we have been sort of fantasizing about everything that we could potentially be getting with the Worldslayer expansion, I've often had the conversation with people on stream or people on Discord or just my friends in general who enjoy the game as well, as to what would be the features that we would like to see in Worldslayer, and more importantly, what would be like the one thing which would be like the secret sauce or the ultimate thing in the expansion which automatically would just make it be a success for you. Now, my answer to this hasn't always been the same thing, and you know, sometimes it's been one specific feature that I was looking for and other times I've been looking elsewhere. And of course the point is that there are certain things that by implication we will definitely be getting with this expansion. That means additional story content, probably more expeditions, additional legendary weapons, maybe some rebalancing of those legendary weapons, some new transmog options, a bigger stash. There's a whole bunch of things which I think automatically we will be getting with this expansion, or at the very least I hope we will. However, in the last couple of days, and especially putting my mind to this right now, there's really one specific thing, one specific feature, or one batch of features, group of features that I would love to see in the Worldslayer expansion. And I'd even go as far as saying that if this was in the expansion, it would actually make it okay for me for some other things to not be present. And of course, without any further ado, what I am referring to is a complete overhaul of the crafting system and essentially making it much more robust and including a lot more features into it. Now, what I do also include with this is, for instance, the ability to recraft or change sub attributes of weapons. So for instance, being able to take something that has close range, long range and status on or something like that, and then being able to change that to have close range, long range and crit, for example, which would mean that it would be easier in a way for you to start working yourself towards what can be considered guard rolls for certain weapons. But also at the same time, I want that exact thing also brought to legendary weapons and legendary gear for that matter. Allow us to, for a fee of course, let us play drop rod resources or anything like that, but allow us to change the sub elements, the sub items, the sub stats, whatever you want to call them, of the legendary gear pieces that we pick up. Again, this would really go a long way to you being able to create what you want in terms of a build, and specifically tailor it to the way that you would want to build a character. And what it would do also is it would blow the game wide open in terms of the options that are available for builds, gear combinations, weapon combinations and all that. And I have to say, while I'm like a little bit tired in a way of farming in this game, and I've definitely gotten all of the gear that I want, I can't think of anything, even if I rack my brain right now, that I would go looking for out in the wilds now. If this is a feature, if the fact that you could re-roll, you could tinker with these substats on weapons and armor and all of that was a thing, it would essentially open up the entire farming game to me again, because I could literally sit down and from the bottom up, from the foundation up, design a build around which specific substats I want. And at the same time as well, it's going to make it overall a more pleasurable experience as I hunt for those items, because if I do find something that isn't exactly what I'm looking for, I can maybe tinker the substats and get close to what I'm looking for until I get the exact item I want. So that's really my favorite thing to say right now when it comes to what would be like the best thing that they could bring into Worldslayer. And to expand upon that, there were some rumors, and I've definitely seen some screenshots about the crafting system being far more, involving when the game was really originally envisioned. And what I mean by that is there was definitely an indication of being able to actually craft gear from the ground up, meaning like to be able to say, okay, look, I want to craft an assault rifle and I wanted to have this on the assault rifle, and I wanted to have this mod, and then you would have to slot in all the different requirements, and then you would have a chance at getting that weapon. Or at least that's what those screenshots kind of alluded to, and you could still see them in some of the original material of the game, where you could see screenshots of the tutorial screen that basically showed that. I would need to go look and hunt that down to see it, but I do believe that Cloud Plays made a video on this many months back which actually showed the screenshot, and which was fantastic. So if you want a quick look at that, definitely go peruse Cloud Plays Outriders videos. I'm definitely sure you could find it there. In any case, shout out to Cloud Plays, much love, man. But yeah, I think if we are able to come to a point where the crafting system, and again, we have these resources in the game. We have titanium, we have leather, you know, like we have drop pod resources. We have all these resources in the game. So make us farm for those resources, but give us things to do with those resources. Allow each one of those resources to do something different on the gear, whether it's changing a substat, whether it's chance of re-rolling on a mod. There's little cool things that they could do, for instance, like you know, not allowing you to exactly pick the mod you want, but allowing for multiple rolls, maybe costing a little bit more every time to kind of, you know, make it a little bit more difficult to get these true god roll items, but allow you to re-roll every time for a pool of 3, and eventually hopefully you can kind of make your way to the item that you're looking for. But in the end though, it just again encourages you to go out to farm these mats, to farm these gear pieces, and to try and create the perfect sort of cookie cutter build, the perfect setup for what you're trying to do with your character. But that's it for the video, actually just a short one today. People have been asking me on Discord, people have been asking me on stream, what is the one thing that I hope the most comes with Worldslayer? And by far, just really blowing the crafting system of the game wide open would actually be a huge step in the right direction for me already. And I'd be willing to sacrifice some of the other features, some of the other things that I am hoping that are coming with the expansion in the place of this, if we could just have this there, because that would keep me busy for months. I'm sure it would keep some of you, maybe most of you that still enjoy this game, busy for months. And it would allow us to essentially have something to do, I guess, until we see more expansions hopefully coming for the game, because this is, of course, a game that we love on this channel and that I love very much. And I'd love to have more reasons to play it. But let me know in the comments down below, what's your most requested feature? What is the thing that you'd like most in the game, so that we can have a discussion. Maybe we can create like a top 10 list or something, and when we do get the news about this game, we can play some Outriders bingo or something like that and see how close we got to the things that we eventually ended up getting and the things that unfortunately we did not end up getting and we can hope for down the line. That's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. It's just super important to me that you have a fantastic morning, a great afternoon, and a super awesome evening wherever you are in the world. And until next video, fucking cheers.
They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me.